This is fast, and this is cheap, and this is simple. If you're just starting out being an urban nomad, home on wheels, overlanding, SUV life, van life, car life, I just went to the dollar store and bought duct tape, and if I needed more cardboard, I bought it. Sometimes you go buy those industrial dumpers. It's like treasure hunting. What was his name? The kid Jack from Treasure Island that would look for buried treasure. That's me. So I've done that a few times. Just be careful you don't stab yourself with broken glass or wire. Yeah, so what I'm trying to say is the majority of you out there probably won't like this video because I'm not using material or fabric. That's what it is. Yeah, fabric. Fabric material. That's what I'm trying to say. And using a sewing machine or even using needle and thread. I'm just using cardboard and duct tape. Oh, and I have a bungee cord. If I remember, I'll pop a picture up on the screen of all the things I used to create my do-it-yourself stealth urban nomad blackout curtains. And for those of you who don't know, I'm Canadian. I was born and raised in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Hamilton's a blue-collar steel town that's transitioning into technology and medicine. But I will highlight where I grew up, my urban nomad roots. Anyhow, I hope you get something out of this. I'm not a seamstress, and I would poke myself to death and bleed to death if I started sewing. I always ask some of my pilgrim friends out there who are down to earth and raising chickens and harvesting their eggs, growing gardens and sewing things. Is that what they call it? Sewing things? Making things out of sewing? I don't know. Anyhow, making clothes from sewing, knitting, crocheting. I can't do any of that. I would stab myself to death, and I'm no longer a paramedic, so I'm shit out of luck. Anyhow.
Oh no! You don't see that every day.
So thanks to Explorer Steve, I've adopted his philosophy of converting my Toyota 4Runner into a home on wheels by not cutting into or drilling or removing anything unnecessarily from my truck. And I like that. I like that keep it simple principle. So all I had was cardboard and Bristol board. There's different type of gauges of cardboard Bristol board. So the one I bought and the one I had for a long time, those boards, Bristol boards that you use in school presentations or making poster out of. So I had a few of those, and I bought a couple of more, and I used them to create blackout curtains. And I combined my passion for the MacGyver show back in the, I guess it's the 80s, 70s or 80s, where he would take a bubblegum wrapper, some duct tape, a wire, and make a bazooka out of it or something. So I just had Bristol board and cardboard and duct tape, and I made my own personal do-it-yourself urban nomad blackout curtains. I guess that's what you call it. And I know there's other YouTubers out there who have, atomic nuclear powered sewing machines. Forrest DeForest I think he has his own sewing machine. And there's a van guy named Sharing the Wild. He knows how to sew. He's a phenomenal do-it-yourself guy. So check out Sharing the Wild. He knows what he's doing. So the guy from Sharing the Wild on YouTube can sew, and so can Forrest DeForest. But no, that's not my forte. I can put tourniquets and band-aids, and I know how to stitch wounds and lacerations, but when it comes to sewing material together, no, I can't do that. First thing I did was I placed in the middle piece, and it was held in place by the bungee cord. And I simply eyeballed and hand traced with my Sharpie marker the outlines of the driver and passenger side and cut it out. And then I just put in the driver and passenger side cardboard. And all you have to do is adjust to make sure that it fits in place. And I took my time cutting pieces out to conform to the shape of the roof and the side of the vehicle. Just take your time, and if you overcut, you can always adjust if you make a mistake. So all I did was I traced out the window pattern that was highlighted by the sunshine. I made sure that I over traced by a ½ an inch to an inch. To prevent tearing of my window covers, I created little pockets or little handles to grab from the back portion of the window covering. Once I had the white cardboard in place, it was time to reinforce it with the black cardboard. Once I had the basic shape and contour of the side windows with the white cardboard, I just made sure that it was overcut and reinforced with duct tape. Overcutting and reinforcing with duct tape, even as thin as cardboard is or Bristol board is, it was held in place simply by friction. Ideally, you use black duct tape if you have some for stealth, but I didn't have any. I used what I had. And from the back side, it looks like a mess. From the outside, it just looked like very dark tinted windows. So I hope you find this helpful and encourages you to try car camping, SUV camping, overlanding, van life for a night, for a weekend, or maybe something that inspires you to become an urban nomad.